So, with Act 2, I wanted to start off Act 2 with a testimonial. I wanted to share the very real data points of an experience that I had that, to this day, serves as the highest form of personal evidence that our minds are the first cause. Let's go back to 2015, 10 years ago. I was a sophomore at Temple University, undergrad major. Had no idea what the hell I was doing, very lost. And this is a bit vulnerable because this story involves a love interest that I had at the time. But it's an important testimonial, so I have to share, despite some aspect of me wanting to keep my vulnerable aspects to myself. Cheers. I'm glad that resonates with whoever that resonates with. So we're going to call the individual at hand female. We're just going to call her female. All right? We're going to make it really simple. Biologically, she was a female at birth. All right? So we're just going to keep it really simple. I could give her other nicknames, whatever. So, female, I had been, at the time, really infatuated by. I just had something, I had a gravitation towards her. But at the time, I hadn't seen her for about a year at the time. And I had a few classes with her before this lapse of a year. And I was in my apartment, my off-campus apartment, 17th and Montgomery. And I was feeling a sense of hopelessness because I hadn't seen this individual in a long time. I didn't have her contact info. I want you to really be with me here, okay? Because this is a really special experience. So I was in my apartment feeling a very real weight of, man, I wish I could connect with this person, but I don't know how to contact her. I haven't seen her in like 6 months. And I felt all these energy blocks, right? And at the time, I had been reading some mystical books here and there. There was this author by the name of Neville Goddard. He's this mystical teacher who wrote a lot of books in the 1900s. And I would read a lot of his books here and there. And I was reading this book of his. Right? And I've read his stuff. There was something about this Saturday in particular. I was just really hopeless and really receptive. And I was reading this book. And Neville, he's writing in this book, he says, if you want to create any future experience, here's a 4-step formula. Like, okay. Really? 4-step formula? Any future experience? Okay. And I was just receptive. I had nothing to lose. Could only go up from here. I was just a hopeless wreck. 17th in Montgomery. Parents were paying my rent. Just kind of chilling in this room. Had no hopes or visions for the future. The 4 steps were 1. And these 4 steps, y'all want to internalize it, all right? 1, identify what it is that you want. What do you want? Like literally, what do you want? What do you want? Okay. 2, identify something that would occur after the fulfillment of the thing that you want. For example, if you wanted a promotion at work, a logical thing that would occur after the promotion at work would be shaking the hand of a coworker. for example. Step 3, identify the feeling that would be connected to, Step 3 was get into a state akin to sleep. What does that mean? Well, if I'm sitting here and I was to get into a state that is very close to sleep, I would sit here and be like, all right, what does it look like if I'm trying to put myself to sleep? I'm turning off my analytical mind. The only thing that's left is me kind of being able to move my attention. That's what a state akin to sleep looks like. Step 4, take the thing that would occur after the thing that you would want, like the shaking hands of the coworker. If you want the promotion, the thing that would happen after the promotion is shaking your coworker's hand, being like, yo, I got the promotion. Holy shit, I got the promotion, bro, I got the promotion. All right, get into a state akin to sleep, that's step 3. Step 4 was, while you're in the state akin to sleep, fully immerse yourself in the action that would occur after the thing. So fully immerse yourself into shaking your hand, into shaking the hand of the coworker. Now the key is, you have to immerse yourself so deeply in that scene. You have to so deeply immerse yourself into shaking the hand of that coworker, saying, yo, I got the job, I got the promotion, oh my God, I got the promotion. You have to immerse yourself so deeply that when you wake up from it, you're shocked that you're not there. That's not easy to achieve. Like, you're shocked that you're not in the scene. That doesn't just happen. And what Neville said was, if what you want doesn't occur, don't blame the law. Blame your lack of naturally being it. That's the only factor. I'm like, okay. And what Neville would say often was, I ain't gonna present you with a bunch of scientific syntheses and try to prove that what I'm saying is real. Just try it. Just try it. Try it once. If you're a real scientist trying to come up with all these conclusions about how reality works, how about you try it? Run a damn experiment for once. It's like, all right, fine. So I was like, let's do it. I got into a state akin to sleep. And what I wanted a miraculous occurrence with female. Any kind of miraculous occurrence. I hadn't seen her in 7 months. I don't know where the hell she is. It's a random Saturday at my off-campus apartment at Temple University. I don't even know if she still goes here. I don't know where the hell she is. You know? I don't have any ability to view her location or anything like that. I don't have her connected to anything of that nature. It's just me in my mind. What I wanted was a miraculous occurrence with her. The thing that I knew would happen afterwards, like the shake hand of the coworker, my version of that for this scenario was, I had a roommate at the time, one of my best friends, Doug, the homie Doug, still one of the realest homies. He knew about my affinity towards female. So I was like, well, a logical thing that would happen if I had a miraculous occurrence with this female would be raving to Doug. I would naturally rave to Doug. I'd be like, yo, Doug, I did this 4-step formula, like, I got a crazy interaction with a female. Bro, this is crazy, dog. This is crazy. So that was the logical post-event. It's like, all right. So I got into a state akin to sleep. I'm telling you exactly what happened, y'all. Exactly what happened. All right, random Saturday at Temple. Here I am. I get into a state akin to sleep. And then I go into my imagination. I'm walking in the city next to the homie Doug. And I'm raving to Doug. I'm like, yo. And I'm remembering Neville's words. you have to be shocked that you're not there when you wake up. So I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna die to my current self. The version of myself that's in an apartment at Temple that's feeling hopeless and powerless, that version has to literally die. And I have to only allow the version of myself that's raving to Doug to exist. That's not easy, y'all. It's not easy to die to your current self. So there I was. In my mind, I'm raving to Doug in the city. There I am. I see the lights, the warm yellow lights. I'm walking next to Doug. I'm like, yo, Doug, you wouldn't believe this, dog. I had a crazy, miraculous interaction with female. Oh my God, that's nuts. That's so crazy. Yo, you wouldn't believe this. And then I wake up in my apartment and I felt deep in my gut that I did something. Like a farmer that just planted a seed. And what does a farmer do when they plant a seed? Do they dig up the seed? What the fuck? Why are you digging up the seed? You just planted it. You just planted the seed. You know how the laws of soil and growth work, right? You gotta plant the seed, you gotta water it, you gotta do the sunlight, and you gotta let the damn thing grow. You gotta let the damn thing grow. You gotta let the damn thing grow. If you pull this, pull the seed up the soil. The laws of growth don't care that you pull the seed out of the soil. The laws of growth don't care that you don't know how the laws of growth work. It doesn't care. You're never gonna see a plant. If you don't follow the laws of growth, you're never gonna see a plant. So, you know those people that say that they always have plants die? Okay, if you're gonna say that for the rest of your life, you're never gonna see a plant grow. How about you just learn how plants grow? Like, it's not that hard. By the way, all my plants die, okay? I'm one of those people, all right? Anyway, so I planted the seed and I knew instinctively, I read Neville a good amount of times, so I knew, I was like, okay, that felt right. Like, and he said, like, once you do it, you should feel a sense of satisfaction. Like you don't have the hunger anymore. And that's what I felt. So I did the 4 steps. And then I got up. I got up off my chair. And I'm going to show y'all exactly what happens next. I'm not exaggerating. It's your choice if the skeptical mind in you is going to take you over and tell you that I'm lying. I did my part. You got to fight the war in your mind, all right? Tell the skeptical part of you, walk up and sit down, okay? All right, so I did the 4 steps. I'm gonna give you the exact timestamps. By the way, I hadn't seen this person in 7 months. I don't know where the fuck they are. I have no facts about this person. So, I get up off my papasan, which is a very comfy chair that my cousin had given me. And I get up, and part of me is like, what the fuck are you doing, Danny? It's a random Saturday, 2 p.m. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, shut up. All right. So I get up off my chair, and I'm like, all right, I feel satisfied. And I'm like, all right, let me just move. So there you go, I'm walking out. I'm walking through my hallway. And then I walk out through the kitchen, open the door, I go downstairs. Open the main door. All right, here I am. I'm in the outside world. We're about 2 minutes after I did the 4-step formula. Okay. I walk out to the outside world. I walk to the sidewalk. All right, now I'm walking on the sidewalk. All right, walking on the sidewalk. Here we go. Okay, Burke Street. I'm at 17th and Burks. Make a left. All right, now I'm walking down. Walking past Temple's track. I see someone that I know. It's not female. Okay. What's up? Someone that I know. What's up? All right, walking past them, okay? Now we're about 5 minutes after the 4-step formula, okay? Now I'm walking, okay? And then oddly enough, I see Doug. Doug's walking to me. Like, what's up, Doug? What's up, dude? I ain't even trying to see you right now. What's up? All right, so I see Doug. Weird. So now I'm walking. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know why I'm moving. And then I see Paley Library, which is Temple's Paley Library. I'm like, and I see the doors of Paley Library. I walk into the Paley Library. I take my student ID out. What's up, Mr. Goddard? Here's my student ID. And I walk through. Okay, I'm looking at the vast Paley Library, and now we're at about 9.5 minutes from the 4-step formula. Okay, nothing to see here. Okay, and I see some steps. Okay, I go to the steps. Now I'm walking up the steps. All right, I walk up these steps. And now, when I get to these steps, there's a platform and there's a window. And this window shows you the lobby of the first level. So I go to the lobby, I go to that part of the window. And here I am in front of the window. And I look down, and there at the desk is female. Mm-hmm. Exactly 13 minutes after the 4-step formula. I hadn't seen her for 7 months. She never gave me any evidence that she ever went to Paley Library. This was a random Saturday. I wasn't even aware that she's still a student here. 13 minutes after the 4-step formula, I declared that I wanted a miraculous interaction with her. 13 minutes after doing that, I'm staring at her. She's at a desk, doing work, sun is shining on her. I'm feeling like a creep. I'm like, what the fuck? I back up slowly. I go through the door of the library shelves. I sit at a table. I sit at this table, and I sit with myself. And I say to myself, I just created reality. For the first time ever, my skeptical mind will never be able to tell me that was just a coincidence. Because if you try to tell me that was just a coincidence, you're the crazy one. You're the crazy one. You the crazy one now. Check that out. You the crazy one now. If you're trying to tell me that was just a coincidence, stay away from me. Because look at the facts. Look at the facts now. Come on, scientists. Come on, scientists. Look at the facts.
Cause and effect.
Look at the facts.
Cause and effect.
How do we explain that, scientists? How did that happen? For the first time in that moment, I was like, and I was seeing flashbacks of everything Neville ever said. I was seeing flashbacks of the words. He said, your life is an arrangement of your mind. And I was like, this formula was a rearrangement of my mind. I rearranged my mind and my reality showed. What? What? This is solid though. So tell me, scientists. Literally, tell me. I'm trying to figure it out. Can someone tell me? How is that possible?
How much does will come into play?
Hey man, you're a scientist. Just tell me. Just tell me the answers.
We've all thought about
You got it, Sandy.
Synchronization of the universe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Okay. Synchronization of the universe. Wow. So
that would infer that